Good morning. It is 6:58 a.m. on Thursday, April 7th, 2022. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I managed to go to bed on time yesterday. What? I did the responsible thing, you guys. I know, I'm scared too. Anyway, yesterday I rewatched Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And it holds up so great. It's still fantastic. And, you know, in a time where sometimes rewatching and revisiting favorite comedies from when you were a kid can be potentially hazardous. There might be segments where you go like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot these jokes were in there." That sort of thing. Or maybe you just don't find them as funny as you used to, but there's Monty Python and the Holy Grail is um I'm not going to get too into it just because I suspect people listening to this have probably seen it. If you haven't, I'll just go ahead and toss this out there. It's really good. At least I like it. Um, but yeah, it's just one of those things. I think there's room for people to have different favorites amongst the Monty Python stuff, but yeah, Holy Grail is the one for me. Although it also just makes me think how, for watching 100 movies, Mike and I have decided to talk about. We decided the premise was someone who has a movie on the list, but we think they have better movies than the one that's on the list. And in particular, Robert Zemeckis, as a director, has Forrest Gump on the list. But the thing is, Forrest Gump is a good example of a movie that I think blew a lot of people away at the time and hasn't maybe held up as well. And not even in the same way that I was just getting at. Like, it's not like some of the jokes are, problematic in hindsight or anything. It's just kind of like its skill was kind of just in being sort of a gimmick that the gimmick wears off, and then the rest of the movie is just kind of like, oh, okay, is that what this is? And I don't know. I mean, I don't want to tell anyone who still loves it that they shouldn't. But in my rewatches since seeing it originally, I have liked it less with each successive viewing. But Robert Zemeckis has made some fantastic films otherwise. In particular, we're going to watch Back to the Future and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which are both great movies. And Back to the Future may well be the movie, this is kind of what I was getting at in terms of like revisiting Monty Python, is just that Back to the Future may be, for me, the number one movie that I have watched the most. Like seen the most number of times is probably Back to the Future for me, because we had a VHS tape of it that we taped off of HBO. And I wore that tape out. I watched it over and over and over again. I have that movie practically memorized. I haven't watched it in a little while, but at the same time, I sort of feel like I could almost just do the whole thing by heart. And I'm excited still to watch it again. I think that's a sign of a good movie, right? But at the same time, I can understand that is a movie that I have no possible way to talk about objectively, right? It's just something that I've internalized as a part of who I am. Everyone has something that they do that for, right? Well, Back to the Future is one of those for me. I've got to keep moving, and this is actually part of what inspired me to go to bed on time yesterday, is that I'm going into the office again today because well, we don't have to get into the reasons why, but I definitely have some stuff I want to accomplish, and then I'm probably going to take tomorrow off because it's my birthday. Not doing anything special for my birthday. Just kind of like honestly, what I feel like doing is just taking the day off and just relaxing. That's what I want to do. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to leave it there for today, and I'll talk to you all again tomorrow for 5 more minutes.